What's up, guys? Another night with the CR-V in the shop. Tonight we're going to mess around with the coilovers a little bit. In the last video, you saw how Kyle and I mounted the tires onto the Tesla Model 3. Yeah, Tesla Model 3 wheels. And we got it all on the car. But one of the things I do want to do after seeing it all settled is lower it just a tad bit. Now, I don't want to go slam boy or anything like that. Just a little bit lower just to help me get in and out of the car a little bit easier. And also to help our boy Nelson get in and out of the car a little bit easier. So yeah, we're going to mess around with that. One of the things I wanted to show you guys is some goodies from Truhart. These are the front upper control arms, camber arms. And these are the rear toe adjustment. I also got a set for the rear camber adjustment, but those are a little bit delayed. Now, I know it's probably not a good idea to start mucking around and adjusting the coilovers before everything's on, but hey, I'm impatient and I want to do something tonight, so we're going to throw these on and try our best to get as much done tonight as we can. So let's try it. Also, now that I got this thing on the lift, this bar right here has always annoyed me. Somebody tried to jack the car up with this bar, and it's not structural support at all. This thing is... I actually don't even know what this thing is for. I've read on the forums that people use it to pull it out, but there's no chance that I would be strapping anything to that thing to pull it out, especially when you have perfectly good baby teeth right here to pull it out. So, yeah, we're going to take that out and probably swap it over with the other car. The other one is straight as an arrow, and hey, might as well. All right, after looking at this a little bit closer, this is probably there to protect the transmission case and the oil pan. I mean, it sits pretty low, so it makes sense to have something there, even though it's not necessarily structural, to help protect that. It makes a lot more sense now. Alright, we got the rears done, and I'm working on the front upper control arms. This thing was a pain in the butt. It's kind of the first time I've done this on a Honda, so it's interesting to see how the bolts go through in the tower up here. Took a little bit to get the battery tray out, but we're moving along. Just the first one took forever to figure out. So another late night in the shop last night as we were adjusting the coilovers. Coilovers are easy to do. It's just tedious work because you have to, you know, the lift helps, but you have to lift the car up, take the wheels off, make the adjustments, lower the car, let it settle. It's just a pain in the butt. But we also did the upper control arms, as you saw in the video. Those went on pretty easy, a little bit different than what I'm used to. The upper control arm bolts go through the engine bay, which is interesting. We got the rear toe adjustment in there as well from Truhart. I think we could have probably done something cheaper, but Truhart seems to have some good quality stuff, so I wanted to go with them. So what we're gonna do today is actually do some fender rolling. This thing's been in the shop for a while, and I think, as you can see, the car's pretty low now, and I do like how it sits now, but it's definitely gonna rub. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull some of these fenders out. Actually, not even pull, just roll. And the good thing is this plastic bit comes off. So we're not going to have to worry about damaging the fender or the paint. We'll just pull that fender plastic off, do the rolling, and we'll be okay. We're also going to lift the back end up just a little bit because I had some folks in the car last night to test it. And it sits pretty low in the back. So want to make sure that with folks in the car, it doesn't rub. So I think we're going to go up, I don't know, maybe ½ inch. What do you think, Evan? ½ inch in the back?
Quarter, ½ inch, something like that.
This beeping thing is, it always sounds like, the Counter-Strike planting the bomb. What are you guys doing? Playing some Smash still?
We were playing Smash, but now we're trying to figure out something to eat. But the old CR-V here is looking good.
Yeah, it looks nice, huh?
Looking good, very good.
So we're gonna try the fender rolling, and I just realized that, you know, I was telling the folks, but don't have to really worry about the paint too much because this plastic piece pulls out.
Yeah.
So usually you have to worry about the paint.
Correct. But yeah, you take out this plastic piece, you'll have to trim it.
Yep.
Where that lip is, and then the metal lip will be underneath.
Yep. So it should be pretty straightforward. What are you guys doing for dinner?
I don't know, maybe Kojaks or something.
Kojaks? I'll be down for Kojaks.
We'll see.
We do pho too many times.
Yeah, we do it a lot.
We have a local pho spot that we love. Every time we go there with the squad, and every time we're missing somebody, the folks in the kitchen always, where's all of you at?
Oh, yeah.
Where are all you at?
Yeah.
Especially Kyle. Where's the tall guy? The tall one.
They know all of our faces.
Yeah. So they get worried when we all don't show up.
Yeah. Keep track of us.
That's right. All right. Well, we're gonna get some Kojaks, some barbecue, and start this fender rolling. We got this trim off. We got some of the fender liner off. Somebody's already cut this fender liner. I think somebody already had this thing pretty low. Oh, by the way, look it. Pretty nice, huh? Anyways, we're going to, bendy up this lip right here, if you know what I mean. Like I said, we don't really have to worry about the paint on this guy because it's under the trim. I think bending this up is going to be the easy part. I think the hard part's going to be the plastic trim. But we can do that off the car. So we're going to go ahead and hit the roller on this. What do you think, Dunn?
Nah, it'll work.
What do you think, Nels? We're just going to hit it like this. And slowly apply pressure. As we go. Oop. Gotta be careful not to...
Yeah, you gotta be careful not to make it a wide body.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. Well, do we? Do we?
You maybe want to do that.
I mean, that's kind of cool. Nelson, what do you think? Wide body? Alright, so I think we're going to loosen this up and adjust the angle just a little bit. Alright, so we got one side done. To be honest, folks, I kind of ditched the roller and went straight to the hampers. I mean, not having to worry about paint. I just banged it out on the inside. Let's see if I don't think you can be able to see, but yeah, we just banged it out a little bit, drilled some holes to clear the clips. And on this side, all we did was trimmed it up on this side. So it's not too bad. We tested the rubbing on the other side. We had some guys jump on a car, and it cleared on the other side. So we're like, hey, let's just do this side. Same thing, worked out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some blue painter's tape right here and spray on the inside of this just to make sure we don't have any rust or anything on these spots that we drilled. And this looks great. We also looked at the camber on this side, and it's obviously in the air, but we thought it was a bunch of positive camber on it, and turned out to be, what was it, Lee? Like...
It was like a half a degree negative.
Half a degree negative. So it clears with a half a degree negative. So that means, heck, a degree, maybe a degree and a half in the front. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And the rear, I'm not really worried about. So, yeah, let's paint her up and put her back together. See what she looks like. Well, we're working on the front fenders to get the roll on there and get the fitment with the tires so they won't rub and things escalated a little bit.
Making room for the intercooler.
Yeah, we're looking at this front bar and we're like, hey, how's the intercooler gonna fit on there? And Mr. Boosted comes out here, he's like, you don't need it. So, there you go.
You don't need it, delete it.
If you don't need it, delete it. Yeah, so we'll be able to fit an intercooler. Apparently, the CR-V is like the EK front end, so it should... I don't know if the mounting is going to be the same for the intercooler, or if there's any off-the-shelf stuff, or if Mr. Boosted is going to have to fab us something, but I don't know.
Yeah, we'll probably just make some tabs that either tie into those previous support, or we can actually, what I always used to do on the front factory core supports was just
Bars underneath.
Just 2 steel tabs. We can make them even a little nicer, like some tubular ones, and then we can just do some top and bottom intercooler mounts, like make it legit, you know, some like just small diameter tubing, put it right there, and then your charge pipes are probably, I don't even know.
Do they come up on this side?
well, it's going to be on a K series, so all this stuff shouldn't be in the way. We can either come around through here. Now that I'm thinking about it, if you're doing a sidewinder, we're probably going to want a same side intercooler. So we're both outlets
Comes out that way, yeah.
We run both charge pipes right through here.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because the turbo and intake will be all on this side. There's going to be no room for the intercooler pipes to come on that side, you know, so we'll probably do a same side intercooler, the one that kind of is shaped like an A shape kind of, you know?
Yeah.
And both outlets would most likely go right here. Yeah, and they'll just wrap around. Probably be the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there is this nice, perfectly good hole that we just made. Well, we didn't make it, but the air box came through there. But you're saying it's gonna be on this side, probably more efficiently.
I'm gonna assume it's probably gonna be over there. Most K-swap kits and setups all have that same side intercooler going to the driver's side over there.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Actually, this all escalated. Lee and I were trying to get the reservoir thing out. We just struggling with it. And we're like, let's just take the front bumper off. Or maybe we just did it because we wanted to show you how awesome this fender rolling turned out. I don't know. We're doing the backs now. Same deal. Take the trim off. The back's actually a little bit easier to come off. But you can see right here, we got this lip. So we're just going to hammer this guy in. So same deal. Going to trim this up. See how it goes. We bought a new toy over here.
Well, you know, you guys are all talking about go-karts, even though I was already thinking about doing it anyway, but...
What is this thing?
New toy. She's a Coyote Zenith. It's a 2021, so the first year they came out with these. And she's a certified ripper.
Certified ripper.
We're going to put a booster seat in it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, problem is not the booster seat, it's the center.
We'll make some extensions for your for the pedals. We'll make it work.
So you put all the fuel just right there, huh?
Right between your legs. Right
Nice.
between the good stuff.
Yeah, this thing's sick. So smooth. It's a smooth chain, wow. Well, that's cool. Hopefully see Lee riding more of those, and hopefully I don't catch this bug, because
I'm going to make you catch the bug.
I am poor right now, so. Side completely done. Looks pretty good. I did nick it a little bit right here. That's gonna drive me nuts. But yeah. Still gotta work this other side. We went ahead and bent up with the hammer up here, painted it, but now we gotta lay the trim and do the trimming. Hey, good news. So we finally got the last bit of suspension components for the rear. They took forever to come in, weeks actually, but these are the rear camber arms for the top. I think we're about ready for engine stuff. So what we got going on today is we're about to tear down the K and get it ready for the engine swap. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna tear it apart, take a gander at it. We're not gonna open it up, but we're gonna do enough to get the oil pump on there. We have a Type S oil pump going in there, baffle, all that good stuff. I just went ahead and got the whole thing from Real Street. So we're gonna do that. We're also going to put the clutch on there from Action Clutch. Action Clutch sent over a brand new Stage 5 clutch flywheel. We are in good shape to go with our transmission setup now. So excited for that. I've never done a K oil pump or any of the timing situation on a K. I've done it on many other cars, so it shouldn't be too bad. I did want to wait for Kyle to do this, but Kyle's in PRI. Congrats, Kyle, on the, what is it, 30 under 30?
Under 30,
Yeah, 30 under 30 from Drag Illustrated. That's a big achievement for our boy, so congrats to Kyle. He's over there in PRI right now, celebrating that. So we're gonna not wait for him, and we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna send it. And Evan, what is the deal with this right here? I mean, what is this number 2 for? I mean, we can't have that.
Number 2, you know, that's the second one they blew up this year, so that's my guess.
This is the second time this engine's been returned, maybe.
Yeah, it might be the second time.
Okay, we are over the 30-day warranty.
Oh yeah, far gone.
Far gone.
No, this one looks pretty clean, all things considered. And this one's a different style than the ones they usually do from Japan, because it has this
power steering delete pulley.
That's interesting. Yeah, something I wasn't expecting either.
We're kind of because there's like an aftermarket part in a hybrid racing, you get this kind of dealio, but to delete the power steering. But this one's already done, and it looks like that mount might actually clear. So it's all.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. And I guess we spilled the beans a little bit there. So we're gonna actually do electric power steering. I was looking at it just yesterday, Evan. On there's a couple cars we can do it from. We can do it from the Saturn Vue. There's a Prius option, and then there's a FRS. You know, FRS is electric as well, so we can do it from there as well. And I was like thinking, they're all a little bit different, and I'm wondering, I'm like, hey, we maybe should do like the SUV, which is the Saturn Vue, since it's a little bit more beefy. But I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do the Toyota Prius option, just because that has a little bit more options for the controller that you need for it. So each of these power steering units come with an ECU from the car that you pull out, but in order for it to get out of limp mode or fail-safe mode, you have to get a little plug-in controller. And the cool thing about it, Evan, is I didn't mention this, the Miata has the little twist adjustment that you can turn manually, but some of the new ones now have GPS. So it knows how fast you're going, and it can adjust based on GPS, which is interesting. So,
That is very nice.
yeah, really cool option. And Nelson is just hanging around. Nelson, what do you think, bud? Look at this. What is in your mouth? Is that a bubble? You silly guy. Silly guy. All right, Evan, let's get to it. Let's go for the time lapse on this one, I think. All right, so we got everything pretty much torn apart. We got the cold side, the hot side apart, all of the clips and all the good stuff apart. So we're just about ready to start draining the oil and hopefully not find any glittery substance in there. But yeah, we're in good shape. I think, is there anything else? I think we're pretty much set.
No.
We're gonna keep the starter on. Yeah, I think we're not going to do anything too crazy. We got the intake coming still, so I think our goal is to just drop the oil pan, flip it around, and see if we can do the oil pump on this John. You guys missed it. I almost impaled myself. Yeah, good thing we have a nurse on deck. Michelle almost had to...
Yeah, I would have just left him there and let him bleed out, but...
Yeah, this idiot, I was riding the scooter with this John like this, and I fell forward and I rolled, and I was like, I definitely have a screwdriver sticking through my body, but hey, we're lucky it didn't happen. So anyways, we'll go back to the time lapse. Oh, brother. Lubricate the stand. This is not ours, it's Mr. Boosted's.
That's fine, that was already all on it.
That's right, that's how we got it. It's gonna need a new valve cover gasket.
Alright.
Alright.
Right?
Yeah. Sheesh.
Look at that. That's
Man, that looks clean.
brand new, man.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's pretty impressive.
It's nice.
Wow. This might be a low mile motor.
Well, they say within 50 to 60,000, but I tend to believe them on this one, for sure. I don't believe them for all of them, but I do for this one.
This is in really good shape. The one Danny got once was full of rust, right?
Well, one of them, yeah, I had to return it, get another one.
Jeez.
But this one looks...
Yeah, she looks great.
Dual overhead, dual VTEC. That's the one.
That's the one. Looks good.
RVB-2.
RVB-2 right there. One of the things that we're worried about is just getting this crank pulley bolt off, so stole our friends. Impact. This is an old school Chicago Electric Harbor Freight, man.
That's plug-in Harbor Freight there.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Chicago Electric in quite a bit, but hopefully it gets the job done. If we can't, then we'll have to wait for Kyle to come back, because he's got the big Milwaukee at the other house. So unless we bomb down there, which nah, yeah, we're not.
Tried Daniels.
It's not. We're not in that big of a rush. We hitting it the right way? Yeah. The motor, and that thing is loud. No, she ain't gonna do it.
Nothing.
Nothing. Hit it one more time. Nope. Well. Okay, so. Maybe if we spit on it. Alright, I'll grab the torch.
Right.
I'm trying to get this oil pan off. It is giving us some trouble. This thing is gooped on there real good from factory. So I just keep prying at it until we get it off, but a little bit, you know, touchy. Don't want to damage it too bad, so taking our time with it.
There we go. As clean as the top.
Yep. Can you move that piece of cardboard? I'll put this down.
Yeah, this is the K24 oil pump gear here, this whole assembly.
That's huge.
And it's made for vibration, kind of lower the vibrations of it.
We need to add more vibration.
So now we're going to add more vibration and hence add more RPM. That's what you're doing here.
So we're going to send it to 10, right?
You're going to send her to the moon.
Send her to the moon, 10,000 RPM, huh?
Yep. Well, that's what they claim, so.
All right. Well,
Safely in the 9s for sure.
I think the 9s are good.
So.
I mean.
And you add horsepower too, because this is a lot of mass to move.
A lot
so
of movement.
The Type S pump gear is this small little unit right here, and that it's very easy to spin compared to that 24 setup. So.
I mean, I got the chain guides and everything, but this thing is in such good shape that it doesn't really need anything, unless the chain guide is special for that pump.
Yeah, there's a special guide for the pump, but having the whole kit just redoing it is nice.
This thing is so clean. Looks good. Not a lot of brown. All right. Well, let's clean her up and take her off.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Let me tell you, the Cobalt gets it done. We hit it one time with the Cobalt, thing came right off. So no more, what is it, General Electric? Or whatever it's called.
Whatever, the Harbor Freight.
So these are all marked up on the red. Let's pull this guy off. Sure. I mean, this not keyways in there. Gotta make sure I don't lose that.
Yeah.
She's good to go.
Yeah, the harmonic balancer is off, so now you can take apart this chain cover here and access the chain and everything else.
Yeah, we have the little bolt buddy that a fan sent to Kyle, so we'll use that, and we'll start zipping this thing off and start pulling it apart. Cool.
Nice. Good yoink. Good yoink.
It's a good yoink. I've done this so many times that I knew. I was like, this guy right here. He feels. He feels like it's coming. There you go. Grab that one. Give her a tug on the top. Oh.
Yeah, give her a tuggy.
Yeah, very good.
Very clean.
Very clean, as is expected.
There you go.
Now take it off.
Your big old dripper.
Oh no, write this down. So far, so good. Mr. Boosted is away from town, so we won't clean that up. We won't clean that up. Nobody's gonna tell, right?
No one's gonna say anything.
I won't say anything.
He's gonna come in, slip, break his neck. End of Boosted Boys.
End of Mr. Boosted.
End of Mr. Boosted himself. Alright, take a look over here, Danny. This combobulator spins the tarpinators, you know?
You gotta get the flux core capacitor, honestly.
What do you think?
I think it's a miracle if it runs again.
All right, another day in the shop. We spent all day yesterday getting most of the motor torn apart and ready for some of the fun stuff. So we got the oil pan taken off. We got the front timing cover taken off. Valve cover taken off as well. You know, the oil looks good. Not a lot of browning. Pretty good shape. So I'm excited that I got a good one for the build. So yeah, we tore it all apart. I already went ahead and I timed the motor yesterday while it was apart. This is a brand new oil pump chain. Came with the kit. So threw that on there. I didn't really get that on camera, unfortunately. But yeah, it's all timed. These K24s come with marks on the chain as well as on the cam and the crank gear down here. So you can see there's a black dot here, black dot here. These match with the black chains. You can see the bottom as well, the black chain or black links mark match with the dot. So the thing is all timed up, and I'm about to throw in the new oil pump gear. So once that's in, we're gonna seal her up. I spent a good portion of the night cleaning all the Honda Bond off this guy, and let me tell you, that Honda Bond stuff is good stuff, but it is a pain to get off. We're gonna just go ahead and use RTV black for this. I was talking to Kyle. He's like, just use black instead of going fancy with the Honda Bond. So that's what we're gonna do. And hopefully we have some luck tonight because I need to get this thing sealed up. I'm actually not feeling very good, so I want to make sure I get this thing sealed up before I get any worse. To make sure that the torque specs are right, we're just gonna go in and do a double check. Now, all these little ones right here are about 8.5 foot-pounds, so call it 10. This big one right here is 16, and the oil pan big bolts are 16 as well. So everything else is pretty much 10. So pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Yeah. Yeah, so it pretty much clicks right away for 10 with this big torque wrench. We hit all of them. All right. There is a chain tensioner on the top. I took that off just to make it a little bit easier to put on. So I'm going to go ahead and have to put that back on. So if you follow me over here, which one was it? I have a whole collection of parts going. Here it is. So the funny thing is, last night we lost the crank key or the woodruff key on there. I was looking for it for hours last night. It ended up being in one of these cracks in the concrete, thankfully, because that would have sucked. I'm sure we would have had a spare. You know, somebody probably would have had one, but it's always better to use the stuff that you have, right? Good enough. Really need to invest in one of those electric torque wrenches. We gotta do the baffle next because the K24 baffling will not work with the Type S pump that we have. So we're gonna use a K20 baffling, and actually the pump is from a K20 as well. It's just slightly machined to fit this this block, the K24 block. So where is the baffling? So what we're going to do is we're going to silicone this guy right here, just an M8 bolt that comes into this little plug that's here from factory. Now this little plug has actually got a hole in it. It's got a little jet in it for oil to come through, but we don't want that for this oil pump. So we're going to take this little guy out, and what you can do is you can actually just run a little wood screw into here and just pull it out, and this O-ring doesn't really hold very hard, so you can pull that thing out pretty easily. Now, you don't generally need to do RTV on this guy, but I want to be a little bit, you know, extra. So I am going to actually put some RTV on there to make sure that it's all tight and sealed up in there. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so I'm just going to torque that guy up a little bit to 10 or 16. I think the torque wrench right now is set to 16 foot-pounds. That should be 14. Here we go. So we're just gonna, again, my torque wrench doesn't really go this low, and it's not really easy to know when it's hitting the spec, so. There it goes. Alright, so that's 16 foot-pounds. Same with the other big bolts, so I'll just leave it at 16. And that should be good enough. I mean, that should be good to go. Again, that's a critical part that you gotta do. Kyle told me, he's like, whatever you do, don't forget to plug up that oil squirter, or you're gonna lose pressure right away. No RTV on this guy. Necessary. I promise you I can screw a bolt in. Maybe. What is going on here? This is baffling me. Nobody laughs at my joke. Nobody heard that. It's gold. But it's a good idea to put it the right way around. First of all. Step 1. Don't be idiot. Alright, so let me grab a little oil pump right here. Now these are already good to go from 4-piston. This one's ported, already machined. You can see the machine here. Now that we put a little bit of oil and we're leaking it everywhere, we're going to go ahead and snake this guy in. So all you got to do is come in at a little bit of an angle. Don't got to worry about timing with an oil pump, unless I don't know something. Oh yeah, she's in there. Wicked. Alright, so this kit actually comes with some new hardware, because the K24 stuff does not work. So it actually comes with new hardware, because this chain, I think, is slightly smaller than the stock one, or the 24 one, so I think that's the reason why it comes with a new chain and tensioner. Lee's over there, he's doing a reverse midlife crisis. He's selling his R8, and he bought a racing go-kart. We'll see how it goes, see how your back feels.
Pain, as they taught me in the Army, in most military, pain is just weakness leaving the body.
Bro, your soul's about to leave your body once you...
I lost my soul years ago.
That is a fact. That's the best thing we like about Lee. He makes stupid bets and also has no soul. But he's a good guy. Still hasn't sold the R8, if you guys are interested in the R8. Alright, 16 foot-pounds. Alright, the oil pump is installed. Look at that. Pretty cool. Pretty snazzy. So the next thing to do are the oil pump chain tensioners. This one. And this goes right on the front here. That does not, that is suspicious. Suspiciously high.
What's this supposed to be?
10. I bet you it's because it's plastic. No, that's it. I bet you that's that second one. This one is tighter than 10. Oh yeah. It's ready to go.
I trust you, bud.
I
Not
don't.
my motor.
I don't. I do not. You just put these finger tight for now. Or so stuff starts squeezing through. I think I got these seals too. Yeah, I do. Coming. So if you didn't see in that last video, or last clip, we had made a grave mistake. So we put the timing cover on without putting the timing gear on here that has the teeth. That's very important. So Had to pull it off again. I mean, it's okay because I did want to add a little bit more goop in there. And it was soon enough to, or quick enough to where we didn't need to worry about it too much. But it's all on there now. I'm just gonna, last thing I'm gonna do tonight is throw the crank pulley on there. Just gonna throw some anti-seize on there and give it a couple duggas. It's probably gonna be loud on the mic. Alright. Then level 3, quick blip. Mr. Boosted said himself, if my engine explodes, this is Kyle's fault. We have witnesses. There's a dog. I think that's good. I don't know how the battery is on this thing, but let's see. 4 out of 5. 3 out of 4. I mean, alright. She's golden. Alright, another night in the shop. Came back to the engine just where I left it. One of the things I want to do tonight is throw the intake manifold on. What I got here is a Chinesium knockoff RBC intake. You know, I got this on eBay for like $100. One of the things I noticed is the casting on this is not very good. Some rough edges. I was at minimum going to go in here and just clean these up a little bit. Just so there's no hard edges or, you know, casting material left in there. But I put it up on the engine with the gasket and realized there is actually a lot that you're able to trim off of here. So I decided I'm not going to go too crazy, but I am going to try to take off a little bit just to smooth it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the gasket back on there and then paint mark where it lands and see how much we can take off. Alright, I got it marked off, and it's crazy how much you're able to take off. Well, I use able because I'm not sure if you're actually supposed to do this, but it seems like quite a bit. And I made sure that the gasket was on there straight and level and flat before I marked these things out. So I'm not going to take all of this. I'm just going to use these as a reference to know where I can bevel more versus less. So yeah, let's do some trimming or some sanding and see how it ends up. Again, not going to go too crazy here. I don't want to go overboard. But I think it's something that we can try. And it came out pretty good. I didn't want to go overboard. You can see the black lines are where I traced out. Just to give it a little smoother of an edge to where the gasket was not reaching to. So, again, I think these can just probably be a straight cut, since it doesn't need to be like beveled like the runners need to be on this side. But, like I said, dude, I don't know what I'm doing. So, works for me, as long as it doesn't leak. If it does, we know exactly what the culprit is, and I'll spend another $100 on you. Unless, of course, K2 wants to send me a sponsored intake manifold. I'd appreciate it. She's on there. Not torqued down yet, but I gotta do a couple small things here and there to get it all the way on there. I ran out of bolts. I guess this one takes one more bolt, or I just lost it. Probably lost it, because one more bolt doesn't really make sense. But anyways, I think I'm gonna leave it here for tonight and for this video. The next video, we're gonna be doing the back side, the business side of the engine for the clutch and transmission. We're gonna address that, and then maybe tear out the engine out of this guy up here. So that's all for today, folks. Stay tuned for the next one. We're getting there. We're getting there. I appreciate you guys coming along for the journey. I appreciate you guys letting me film this. It's fun, you know? If I can do it, any toddler can do it. So, stay tuned for the next one. Yep, so this happened. Keep an eye out. We're gonna do another video on this one. This is a pain in my butt.